There's no detriment to the vehicle performance. Late model cars, you should expect the same performance out of a vehicle. You can use about 30% more LPG to travel the same distance, but for us in Australia, with fuel prices of LPG at 50 cents and petrol prices at $1.20, it's certainly still about a half price saving. There's certainly other markets around the world. I think of South Korea. They have about 1.8 million vehicles running on LPG. There's other countries like the Netherlands, Italy, very big consumers of LPG.
In this vehicle here we have what they call the gas mixer, which mixes the gas with the air to introduce into the engine. There's also a converter that changes the liquid gas in the tank into a vapour, and then it's reduced in pressure down into the engine. In this case it's located next to the existing petrol filler, but basically it's just a screw-on connection, as you can see here, and screw the gun on, pull the trigger and away you go basically. Yep.
Just as you did in the interview, yeah.
Okay, you're right.
Hello.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah. I mean, petrol seems to be running out in the world, so who cares really? It's got to be some sort of other source of, natural way to get your car going.
Because it's going to be cheaper than petrol.
You lose too much performance. I reckon by the time you've put your foot down to get where you're going, you're probably still using 75% of the cost of fuel anyway, so I don't think it's a huge saving.
Because sometimes they blow up, and we've seen it on the news that certain cars have stood on the side of the road and just blown up because of gas conversion.
No, look, it is in fact probably less dangerous than driving a normal car with a petrol tank in it. The standard of fitting is quite high. The requirements for people to be fully qualified to install it is very high. They can be higher, and we're working with the industry to make sure that everyone who installs LPG systems is fully qualified, and we're raising the standard all the time. The fuel lines are protected, even more than in a normal car, so it's probably in some ways safer than a normal car. Given the government's recent announcement where they're going to provide a subsidy of $2,000 for every private motorist who installs an LPG system in their car, the demand has been very great. The industry can't meet demand, so there was a 2 to 3 month delay. It's now running out to 6 months in some cases.
The Australian government is putting its hands in our pockets, the taxpayers, to basically subsidise this continued addiction to driving around big V6 cars. LPG conversions paid for by the taxpayer is not a solution to the problem of the pollution or the addiction to oil.